Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday from the Wexford Stamper. My name is Barbara Reed, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm so glad to be here with you this morning. We'll wait a little bit to see if any other friends jump in. I like to be right on time, but I know it takes a little time to get your computers to cooperate. So while we're waiting, I'll share with you some information about a fundraiser that Stampin' Up! Is doing. And it is a fundraiser for COVID-19, and there is a download that you can get on the website, which has some really adorable images and sentiments that you can use for cards that you may want to send out during these times. And I have a few here left. I've been sending them out, and I'll show you what I have here. And this one here, this says, I changed out of my night pajamas into my day pajamas. I think that's so cute. And I just used my buffalo check background stamp to make the pajamas there, and I think that just came out so cute. So that's one of the sentiments. And then this one, I use the starburst technique and use the sentiment that says sending joy and sunshine, not germs. And use a few of the little champagne gems. All the instructions for these are on my blog. So if you check my blog, I have a whole set of, not set of posts, but I have a post that has all the cards in and directions for making them. So the starburst technique is a real fun technique that you might want to try, especially with all the brand new in colors coming. And then this one was cute, 6 feet apart, but still in my heart. I thought that was a really cute sentiment. And I used some of the Valentine dies, and then I used some of the dies from the Magnolia set. So just pulling together my stock, see what I can use. This paper is from Dress to Impress. Okay, and then my last one here is more of a masculine, or can be sent to anybody. This uses some of the paper from the Designer Series Paper Brights collection, the 6x6. You are essential to me. So I just think those are super cute. And if you're interested in downloading that, you can go to www.covid19.stampinup.com and you can download it there. It is $12, and the money goes directly to the charities. Demonstrators do not get any commission for that. So all your money is going to go right for that. And the download includes 15 pages of sentiments and images. So it's a great, great deal. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. A few other friends have jumped on. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Ruth. Great to see you ladies with me today. Well, today we are going to make this bright spring, perky little Hershey Bar box. And when I say Hershey Bar, I'm talking Hershey Bar. These are the old standby ones that we used to love, and we couldn't believe when we got in our trick-or-treat bag when we were trick-or-treating. This was like a huge treat. Now we just get the snack sizes, but this one is going to hold a large Hershey bar. Okay, and the box fits these Hershey bars like a little glove. It's just the perfect size, and it's a great little gift or a party favor that you could dress up or dress down depending on what occasion. So easy to make. So I'm excited to show you. You see I've gone a little out of control here making my Hershey Bar boxes, but we're going to make them like this, but I'm going to be using a different ribbon. This is the denim ribbon that's available in the catalog. I'm going to use a different ribbon just to show you a different look, and I'm going to use a different sentiment as well, but it's from the same stamp set. All right, so let's pull these away. If you have any questions as I'm going on, let me know. Yes, chocolate, Lisa. It helps a lot. Everybody loves their chocolate. Hi, Rise. Nice to see you. All right, so let's start with our dimensions. Now remember, you don't need to write any of these dimensions down because everything will be on my blog. All right, let's go ahead and look at the dimensions of the paper you're going to start with. It is 5 1/4 by 8. Okay, so you can make 2 of these little boxes with 1 piece of Designer Series paper. And I picked the ever so bright and beautiful Daffodil Delight paper. All right, now before I make the box, if you looked at one of my samples, I like to always do some tone-on-tone stamping on my boxes. So I just took a flower image from my beautiful Friendship stamp set, but you could find a flower image somewhere in your stash, I'm sure. And I took that image, whoops, there goes my ribbon. I took that image and I then took my Daffodil Delight ink and I'm just going to randomly stamp all over the paper, just to give it a little more texture, a little more interest than that plain old yellow Daffodil Delight, although it's a very bright color and I love it. Just adding a little more to the plain paper I always like to do. I either do tone-on-tone stamping or you can emboss. There's just lots of things you can do to dress up just plain old cardstock. All right, that's as easy as that. Just did a little stamping with the cute little blossoms. So put that away. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my scoring board here. Hope everybody's doing well for Tuesday. Another beautiful day on the way. It's been nice having the nice, beautiful weather. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and start our scoring. We're gonna look at the long side first. This is the 8-inch side. This is 5 1/4. We're gonna go long first. On the long side, you're gonna score at 1/2 and 3/4 from each end. So that's 1/2, 3/4, 1/2, 3/4. Okay, those are going to be make the flaps that flap inside your box. All right, now we're going to turn it on the short side. This is the 5 1/4 side. We're going to go 1/4, 2 1/2. Flip it again to the other side. 1/4, 2 1/2. And that's it. That is all your scoring. Very simple, easy to put together. Not many scoring marks. All right, let's pull this away. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in my bone folder. And we're going to go ahead and start creasing on all the score lines. Now, some of these score lines are very thin. This is a 1/4 inch score from the end. So you want to be a little careful when you fold it up that you don't tear it, because it is such a small strip there. Okay, I'm going to do that on this side as well. Put it up with your fingers first and then come in with your bone folder. Okay, now we're going to go in and do the 2 inside. Okay. Carefully with your fingers first, then score on that, crease on down. All right, we got all those. Now let's go the other way. I love this box because it was made for this candy bar. I guess something else might be able to fit in there, but when you slide it in, you just know that this box was made just for a Hershey bar. All right. So there is all our scoring and creasing, all done. All right, now let's bring in our scissors. Okay, now we're going to start in the middle, and I'm going to cut from the bottom up through the first horizontal score line and stop at the second. Okay, same thing here. All right, so I went up to the second, All right, so I'm making these two little flaps here. Okay, so I'm going to come back now and cut off the bottom portion of these, and you have two little teeny tiny flaps. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wedge them like I do with the larger flaps, just because it is such a tiny section. Okay, everybody see what I did there? The little flaps, the little tabs. Okay, now over here, you're going to cut off that entire panel. Okay, so there's our first end completed. All right, let me know if you have any questions. All right, I'm going to turn it to the other side now, and I'm going to exactly mirror what we did over there. Okay, so if the little tab is here, I want to have it right directly below right here. So I'm going to cut up those vertical lines first, make my teeny tiny tabs, and then go back and take a little wedge out of the side of each. There it is again. And last step is I'm going to cut this whole panel off. And it's right above, right below the other one that I cut completely off. Okay, so this is basically your panel that you're starting with, your template. Okay, now before we go ahead and put it together, I want to round the ends of this. So let me show you one of my, here's my finished product. When you pull out the flap, if you have the rounded flap, it goes in and out much nicer and looks a lot fancier. So I always like to round it because it makes it easier to go in and out. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to have to bring in my triangle punch, and this has 3 different choices for punching, and I'm going to use this side here. This is the corner rounder. So I'm going to fold my box so that I can put the end right up in there, and I'm just going to punch down. Okay, going to turn it to the other side, and slide it right in there. Make sure you're against the both little bumpers. Okay, and then you have your tabs all rounded. It makes it look a lot more clean too. All right, I'm going to slide this one in. Okay, you want to make sure your cardstock is against both of the bumpers before you punch. Oops, and there's a little piece of my tab that didn't fall off, my little wedge. There we go. All right, and then last of all, we're going to, oh, there he goes, he finally fell off. We're going to do this one here, bump up to the bumpers. Okay, there we go. So we got our 4 corners rounded. All right, now we're going to move on and go ahead and put our box together. Now the way it's going to go together is I made it so that the flaps come up to go inside. So basically this is going to be the top of your box. Okay, so you're going to want to put your tear and tape on this side, on the underside of this tab, of this side, the side that's on the section that has the tabs cut off. So let me get my tear and tape. All right, I'm going to run a line, I guess, of tear and tape right across there. Okay. Now you're going to notice that the tear and tape is a little longer than our panel. So I'll show you what you want to do here. You're going to take this off. And now before you put it together, you're going to just take your finger and you're going to roll in any of the excess tear and tape that's hanging over the end. Just roll it in on itself, okay? So now there won't be any tear and tape sticking out of the box because this is a very, very thin panel, and that's the best way to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our box together, okay? Now the way you're going to do that is you're going to bring it together, and I kind of put it on the table and I flap up my end, okay? And then I just make sure that when I bring it down, it's right along the edge of the box. Making sure I'm tucking my tiny tabs in. There we go. There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead, tuck my tiny tabs in, and then I'm going to put my flap in. Now, where did I put my last? Oh, here he is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my Hershey bar in, and they fit like a glove. I usually flap that one down, and then it slides in pretty easily all the way to the bottom. Okay, and then I just flap the other end in. And there it is. Look at how that fits in there perfectly. I love it. Okay, all right, now we're going to go ahead and do our decoration for the top. And to do that, we're going to bring in some scrap paper. Okay, and I've got loads of that around here, let me tell you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use some stamps now from the Layered with Kindness stamp set. Love this one. This is a great, very useful one. Has punches that go with it that are extremely useful. Let's put our box over here for a minute. I'm going to use the Night of Navy. I'm a big navy and yellow girl. I love these colors together, and I think they're just so bright and cheery. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp with the Night of Navy on my white. Okay. What I love about this set is there's lots of different sentiments that you can put on top. Okay, now I'm going to do the For My Friend today, but you could have Happy Birthday, Thank You for Your Kindness was the one I used for most of mine, but it's really great and has lots of choices for your sentiments. All right, now my other sentiment, however, is going to be in the Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to grab the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to still ink it up with my Night of Navy and stamp it on there. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining. See some others jumping on here. All right, now the fun comes when we do our punching. There are two punches that come with the Layered with Kindness. Label Me Lovely and Label Me, I never can remember the other one. Label Me Lovely and somebody help. Okay, I'm going to take the smaller punch, the one that's kind of like a price tag, and I'm just going to punch out the center part of my For My Friend. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my Whisper White. Whoops, let's turn it the right way, Barb. And I'm going to punch out this entire label. Okay, so those are the two parts that we need for the label. All right, now, what I also did to add, I brought in my medium daisy punch. This is a one I've been using a lot since the spring started. And then I have the 1/4 inch circle punch. Oops. So both of these I used, and I already have the pieces cut out, so I'll show you what I have here. I cut out 4 daisies using the Whisper White, and I cut out a little Daffodil Delight center. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put all these things together. Let's go ahead and make our flower first. Okay. I usually punch out 3 of the daisies to make the flower. And I'll show you what I do. Then I take my fingers and very gently curl up each of the petals. Now you can use a bone folder, but I tend to get a little carried away with my curling, and I've been known to yank a few petals out of here. Okay, but I just use the end. And you can just put a little bit of a curl in your flowers. There we go. So we have all 3 of those now curled, just slightly. All right, now I'm going to come in with my Tombow. And I'm going to put a little dab of Tombow, very little bit, on this one that has the petals facing up. I'm going to turn this one over and I'm going to put it right on top, making sure that I'm alternating the petals. Okay, going to do the same thing again, little dot. Now since that one was curling down, I'm going to put the next one curling up, again alternating. I just used the third one because I think it just gives the flower a little more fullness. Okay, and then last of all, I'm going to go ahead and use a small dot. Hi Jean, welcome. And I'm going to put my little center in there, my Daffodil Delight. All right, so there is my flower. I'm going to take some of my dimensionals here and get this all ready to put on my box. Okay, so I put 2 dimensionals right in the middle there. And then I'm going to come back with my yellow piece right on top. So there we go. There are the 2 pieces we need for the box. Let's bring our box back in. Okay. Now with these, remember I said I used the denim ribbon that's available. Now here I tied the ribbon the short way. It looks very pretty. It's really a preference. This one I tied the ribbon around the long way. So it's really whatever you prefer. I'm a long way kind of girl, but hey, it's whatever you like. So I'm going to use a different ribbon today. This is another favorite that I have in the catalog. This is the polka dot tulle ribbon. Just so pretty, very, very light and airy, and I think it goes perfect with the daffodils, the daisies. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a nice sized chunk of that off. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around my box. Remember, you need to do your ribbon tying before you put your label on the top. So this is the next step. We're going to go ahead and we're going to tie it around the top of the box. And now this is the tough part. I'm going to go ahead and try to hold it down and do my tying with lots of people watching. Can she do it? She can. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and go back and do a little fluffing. This is really, really pretty, light, easy to tie ribbon that really adds some nice look to your box or whatever you're using. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut off these long tails. There we go. Isn't that cute? I love the polka dots. So cute. All right, now we're ready to go ahead and put on our pieces. All right, the first piece is going to be our label. Now to get it on the box, you want to remember that you want to put your dimensionals at very close to the top, very close to the bottom, because it is going to be straddling that ribbon in the middle. Okay, so I went ahead and I put those at the top and the bottom. I'm going to take off my backings. Thought I could do 2 at a time. Then I'm going to go ahead and I pretty much line it up in the middle of the box as best I can. Let's see how I did. That's pretty good. All right. So he's right in the middle. Okay, he's straddling the ribbon. Your ribbon is centered in the middle of the box. All right, your last daisy. I am going to use the mini dimensionals for this. These are great for small spaces, and I'm going to put that dimensional right on the back of my daisy here. Okay, and I'm going to use my tool to take the backing off, and then I'm going to go ahead and I put it as close as I can to the label without covering up any of the words. So there it is. I like that. Which one do you like better? Do you love the white ribbon or the denim? Which do you like best? I like them both. It really depends on what you're looking for, but I think it's a quick and easy box that you can make. Now, before we leave, I wanted to let you know I'm having a giveaway. I have some celebration items left. I know it's hard to believe that I might have bought enough to have lots of celebration items, but I have this little kerchief card kit to give away today. So if you will share this video on your page to anybody you think would enjoy a crafting video, I will put all your names in a draw, and I will let you know on Thursday morning at 10 who won the card kit. So thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed, and please post on our Facebook page if you try any of these chocolate bar boxes. All right, before we go, you like the white? Yeah, the white is adorable. I love them all. Yep, the white and the blue and the yellow. Those are just beautiful colors. And I wanted to show you what we'll be making on Thursday at 10. At Thursday at 10, we're going to make this little circle handle treat box, and it holds, the room inside holds 2 of the Ghirardelli squares. And this uses the paper from the very, very new Ornate Frames suite, and also some of this beautiful terracotta tile linen ribbon, some of my favorite. So join me on Thursday at 10 o'clock, and we will be doing this tutorial. Now remember, if you aren't able to make it or want to look back at some of my other videos, you can always check out my blog. That's thewexfordstamper.blogspot.com. All this information will be there. So thanks for joining me this morning, and take care, and see you Thursday. Happy stamping!